today. Welcome to my kitchen. This is Cooking with Lisa. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make stuffed, overnight baked French toast with a praline topping. Let me show you the ingredients. Okay, firstly, we're going to need a cup of milk, a half a cup of heavy cream, 8 eggs, and a half a teaspoon of vanilla. I know this is clear, but it is still vanilla. Okay, lastly and most importantly, you're going to need challah bread, about 1 pound, and a couple of bananas, because that is what we're going to be stuffing our French toast with. We're also going to need a 13 by 9 baking pan with a butter spray to coat it, or you could coat it with butter if you prefer. Okay, so firstly we're going to do the liquid ingredients. We have 8 eggs here, and we have a cup of milk. We're going to be adding a half a cup of heavy cream. We're going to go to the 1.5 cup line right here. I'm going to combine it with my 8 eggs. And I'm going to be adding a half a teaspoon of vanilla, which is clear because I needed it for a special recipe, and you can add a little more if you have to. Okay, so we're going to whisk this together just like you would with any regular French toast that you're making. Normally when you make French toast is like sliced white bread, Wonder Bread, whatever, with a mixture similar to this, eggs and milk, and you would be dipping individual slices and then frying them in a frying pan, and you would be sitting at the stove doing 4 slices, 2 slices at a time, and serving them, and they'll be thin, delicious, but thin and eggy. In this way, you're going to be combining everything, letting it sit in the refrigerator overnight, baking it in the morning, and you won't have to stand by the stove. Okay, so here is our mixture. Everything is whisked together and combined. Now we're going to do the stuffed bread part. Okay, so this is a loaf of challah bread. You can use Italian bread. You don't have to use challah bread. It depends on what you have at home or what you prefer. I like this. I like the texture of it. We're going to be slicing it into thick slices, about 1.5 to 2 inches a piece. So I have my bread knife, and we're going to make a couple. We're going to slice the whole thing, even though I'm not going to use it all right now. Okay, and it doesn't have to be fresh. It's probably preferable if it's a day old, which is really something good to do if you have bread left over. Make French toast with it. Okay, here we go. So out of this one loaf, we got 6 slices and 2 ends. Okay, so in order to stuff it, we're going to use bananas. You don't have to use a banana. You can use peaches, you could use strawberries, you could use anything you like. You don't have to stuff it at all, so I like it plain also. So this is a banana today. All right, so we're gonna take the banana, we're gonna slice it into diagonal slices, about 1/2 inch a piece, just like this. Okay. So that they're wide, so you get a good amount of banana in each one. All right, then we're going to be taking our bread slice, which is nice and doughy and thick. We're going to take our knife with a point on it, and preferably a serrated one. I've used knives that are not serrated, and they kind of get the bread, stuck together, and it makes a ball. So then you cut through just like this. You make a pocket inside the bread, that's why it's thick. And in there, we're going to stuff 2 or 3 pieces of banana or whatever fruit you choose. And we're going to close it up, and it's like an envelope. Here, I'll do a second one just to show you. going to take our pointed serrated edged knife and we're going to slice right through it, creating a pocket. We're going to stick a couple slices of banana in there. We're going to do 3, seal it, and there you go. So now we have 2 slices. I'm going to be moving this out of the way and bringing this one forward. I've already stuffed these slices. This is a 9x13 baking dish, and I'm going to be adding as much as I can to this dish. You can actually overlap them, right, just like that. You could take the ends, you can just bake the ends, never waste anything. And there you go. So now this goes into your preheated oven, which is preheated to 375 degrees. And it's going to bake for, well, actually I should tell you that you can put it into the refrigerator overnight and take it out first thing in the morning and put it in the oven. But if you want to eat it today, you can finish the process and then wait about a half an hour, 45 minutes, and by that time the liquid will also be completely absorbed into the bread and you will be able to bake it that day if you want to. Okay. So we're going to take our liquid ingredients. This is our egg, milk, vanilla mixture. We're going to pour it. It seems like a lot, but it's really not. We're going to pour it right over all of our bread. Everything. It's going to pool in the bottom of the pan, which is okay. It's not going to make a liquid mess in the oven. There's the whole thing. Like I said, it seems like a lot, but in actuality, it's really not. So what happens is when you put it in for overnight or you put it in for an hour or 2 in the refrigerator, the bread is so thick and doughy, it's like a sponge and it absorbs the liquid. And once it absorbs the liquid, it's going to have all that delicious eggy vanilla goodness inside of it. And it won't be in the bottom of the pan. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it into my oven, my 375 degree oven, right here. Set my timer and wait. While I'm waiting, I'm going to be making my praline topping. This is very easy and very quick. On your oven, you just need a small saucepan. Let me get rid of all these things here. And in your saucepan, we're going to add 2 sticks of butter, 1 cup of light brown sugar, a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 cup of chopped pecans, because praline, of course, has pecans in it. This is pretty decadent, but for a holiday, it's worth it. What I usually do is bake this on holidays. I make them for Mother's Day or I make them for Christmas morning. These are days when you don't want to run around and you really kind of want to like sleep in or be with your family and you don't want to make anything too fancy that day. So you could do this at night and it comes out in the morning as if you've made a fancy breakfast. So we've added the 2 sticks of butter, our 1 cup of light brown sugar, 1 cup of chopped pecans. Just dump it all in. And lastly, half teaspoon of cinnamon. And what you're going to do is just put this over the heat until it all completely melts. And then it's almost like it becomes caramelized. It's not really too liquidy or melty. And when the French toast comes out, you could put it on your individual slices or you could put it across the entire baking dish. And it's absolutely delicious. Okay, so back to the oven, where I have some that are already made. Here we go. I made a small batch just so we could take a peek at it and show you some options. So you see what happens is when it's in there for the 25 minutes or the half an hour, it gets puffy and it gets crispy brown on the top. And we're going to serve a couple ways to do this. Okay, we're going to show a couple ways to do this. All right, so, ouch, it's a little hot. So we're going to, okay, here's one, and, oh my goodness, here's the second one. That's my Pommy, little Parmesan. He smells how good this is. Put this little piece back inside. Those are the ends, because the ends are really the most delicious part. Okay, we're going to cut one open. And there you go. There's your banana. Inside some delicious puffy bread. And it smells wonderful. This is what our praline topping looks like. Let me just stir it up a little. There you go. There you go. See, it's not as watery as you think. So you could just take this and pour this over, and you could eat it that way, very rich. Or if you're going to lighten it up slightly, we can use some pure maple syrup and powdered sugar. There's the powdered sugar, looks like snow. Little dab of maple syrup. We could eat it just like that, or we can even put a few slices of strawberry on there, and we can have it with fruit. There you go. So there you go. In case you're thinking of something that you might want to do to make your holidays easier, or just a Sunday or a special day like a birthday, this is something that you could do, and within a half an hour, as long as you have the ingredients, you can have a decadent, delicious breakfast. And that's it. I hope you enjoy. I hope you make it, and have a great day. Thank you.